How about you? I'm Hank. I'm still over here at Tony's place.
Again.
I'm telling you, man, we're having a blast playing on all his tractors and all this stuff. If you don't know who Tony is, go back and watch the last video because we do a review of the 2515. But Tony's got a tractor channel called Tony's Tractor Adventure. Go check him out. He puts out some amazing tractor videos. You'll like them. I tell you, it's a great channel. You got a great channel, dude.
Thank you,
so
man.
do a lot of good. You do a lot of hard work, you know. So with these tractors. And we talked about a 25 horsepower tractor in the last video that's on a big frame.
Right.
So let's talk about a 25 horsepower tractor that's on not so big frame.
I call this a medium.
A medium?
Because like you got your subcompacts that are 25 horsepower, and this is, maybe some people would still classify this as subcompact, but it has like utility tractor features like dual left and right brakes. Yeah, it kind of crosses the threshold of weight. It's not really a great mower like to mow with. Sure. It's a little too heavy for that, in my opinion. Okay. It will. They have a belly mower, and it will. But it's just a little heavy. Sure. If the ground's wet, it'll, you know, it crosses over into a medium tractor. Right.
Yeah. So let's talk just a little bit about a T25 and some of the things that you can get on it. Some of the things to look for when you're going to, you know, maybe thinking about buying a 25 horsepower tractor. So let's get over here. Let's take a closer look at this thing. I'm just going to take you guys off the tripod here.
And this is my favorite tractor.
Is it?
I mean, we got the 48 horsepower, 474. Love it. It's a great tractor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to have one, you'd probably go with that. But for just going around, if you got say 10 acres of land and you're going to be doing your mowing, so this is a valid chassis. Yeah. I mean, it does a lot. You've seen us lifting the logs with it. You've seen us. We use it around the sawmill a lot. Yeah. It's my go-to for the sawmill. It's just so easy and convenient to get on and off, and it's nimble to get around in the saw yard in between logs. So there's a lot to like about this tractor. It comes with a lot of features. Yeah.
Yeah, I was noticing when I was looking. Maybe if I could talk.
It'll be all right, man.
When I was looking at it, I noticed. So this one's hydrostatic. Is that the only option you get?
2515. We've been doing that video too long.
Yeah.
So on the T25, it only comes with hydrostatic.
Only hydrostatic
in the United States. I know other countries you can get it with, but not in the United States.
Okay. It does have cruise, huh?
It does have cruise.
Is that standard?
It is.
Okay.
Everything on this tractor is standard, other than the Bluetooth speakers and the rear light bar on top. Okay.
Now, something that you already know is that me and Tony both are partnered with TYM. However, when Tony was not partnered with TYM, he bought this T25.
Yeah, this is my T25. Yeah. This is.
So that speaks a lot about what you thought of the tractor and stuff like that. Well, and plus, you know, I always tell people, you know, when I get to heaven, I got a lot to answer for lying about a tractor. It ain't one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Ain't gonna be one.
But Tony actually bought this tractor. Let's see how many hours you got on this, Tony. So this is what a display looks like when it comes popping up. 215.3. Well, golly, you've kept it in the garage the whole time.
I don't think so. It ain't that old. It's already got some scratches and some bumps and bruises. But
that's a nice clear display too.
It really is. Yeah,
that's pretty clear. I like that. So this is what the display looks like. All right. The cruise on and off, hazards, horn, lights, turn signals. Stuff like that. Again, he talked about steering brakes earlier. There's your steering brakes.
Left and right.
And
most of us don't use that anymore.
You know what? I don't know if I've ever used that. But
I have used it. Like if I'm like today, I actually used it with a planter.
Okay.
I plan it. I hit my left brake, spun around, and went right back the other side. Yeah. That's the only, like twice a year I use it.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
Well, it's getting that time of year to use it, ain't it?
It is.
Don't mind my sexy legs as I give this shot down here. But here's your 4-wheel drive. On and off.
You can see
your
this
PTO.
has been used.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been sitting out on the side. And
low, high range. Here's you turn your PTO on with this lever, and then activate it with this button here. It does have a 12-volt
power outlet.
Power outlet. If I can figure out how to do that. So
I don't use it.
Yeah. And then on this side, you got your throttle. You got your 3-point hitch lever up and down, and then your joystick on your fender here. Now this is what you were talking about for your aftermarket
rear remotes.
Right. And then another 12 or USB. There you go.
USB, yeah. And it also has wireless charging, so you can
look at that.
You drop your phone in there and it charges it.
Yeah. There you go. Wireless charger. You know, because you need it, and armrest.
Well, I'll tell you what that comes in handy for. You think when I'm mowing, I'll drop my phone in there, have my earphones on, and my phone never goes dead.
Yeah. Are the armrest standard?
Yes.
Okay, that's a nice feature.
So this is like a premium, more of a premium tractor.
Okay.
They have an entry level that's similar to this, is the 264 T264.
Okay.
And it's got a lot. It's a little bit shorter. The seat's not as comfortable.
Okay.
I like both of them. They both have their strong suits.
Sure.
The price on the 264 is obviously a strong
right.
point.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
But you get a lot more features.
Yeah.
Like
that's a nice tractor. How much does it weigh?
2,000 pounds for the tractor alone.
Okay.
So 2,000 pounds, and you add the loader on, you probably add another 700 pounds. I got loaded rear tires, so we're probably looking at 3,000 pounds by the tractor the way it sits right now. And then if you throw the backhoe on that, you're going to add another, you're going to be like 3,800 pounds.
So you can get a backhoe and a belly mower.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you cannot use, you can, but you can only get one or the other.
Oh,
so if you put the backhoe kit on, you cannot use the belly mower.
Oh, gotcha.
If you put the belly mower kit on, you cannot use the backhoe.
Okay,
so
yeah, because it's a subframe, right?
Right, it's a subframe.
Gotcha.
And to be quite honest, I'm not. I know Nathan's got one with a mower. He loves it. He mows, but he mows pastures straight up and forth, back and forth out in pastures, and he loves it. I mean, I just think it's still a little too heavy for a lawnmower.
Right.
See me picking up logs with it.
Do you know? I'm sure you can get turf tires, but do you know if you can get ag tires on it?
You can get R1s, ag tires. You can get the R4s that we got here, and you can get the R14s now.
Okay.
And you can get turf tires.
Wow. Yeah.
So
nice.
Pretty much anything you want on this you can get.
Yeah. How do you know the lift capacity off the top of your head?
1,387 pounds.
Look at me. I'm always putting Tony on the spot, and he just either you made that up very convincingly,
or
I
know this tractor very, very well. This is, like I said, this is my favorite tractor, and we have used it a lot. I think the back 3-point hitch will lift like 1,500 pounds.
Yeah,
that's a lot for this size tractor.
Yeah.
And that's 1,300 pounds to full height.
Yeah. So this brings up a good point, because we talked about when we did the 2515 how the lift capacity is over 2,000 pounds, and this is not as much. So the frame, it just kind of illustrates the difference in frame sizes. Absolutely. And what you can do and things like that.
They both have their place.
They both have their place. Yeah, I noticed you're keeping a grapple on this one, and we're good. I saw you lift some big logs with it with no ballast on the back. What I mean?
Yeah, the rear tires loaded.
Sure.
But normally when I'm going to lift logs, I'll have like the flail mower, heavy flail mower killer on the back, something like that, real heavy. And yeah, that's definitely want to have ballast. I'm a big fan of ballast on the back of a tractor. We're a little bit hilly here.
Yeah.
So you can get yourself in a bad position.
Sure.
Without ballast.
You got a little tractorbrushguard.com. Yep. Custom brush guard on it. What's under the hood there?
All right. So this thing has got a 3-cylinder Yanmar.
Which Yanmar makes one. So here's the thing. TYM. Listen, Kook J and Yanmar motors.
And Deutsch.
And, dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
you can't get much better than those.
This Yanmar engine is in so many different brands of tractors.
Dude,
every color.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Yeah. Yanmar makes great engines. I was a big fan of Yanmar from the Army because we used them in our generators, and they're the only engine that would hold up.
Yeah. No, you can't go wrong. And of course, being 25 or less horsepower, it's not going to have any of the emission stuff on it.
No emissions. And the engine's just basically bulletproof.
Yeah.
It's proven itself.
All mechanical.
Yeah, everything's mechanical. It's just a really good tractor.
Well, and to be honest with you, it's a good looking tractor.
It is. Yeah, it really is.
So
got good flow. Now here's the thing I've noticed is that you got to worry about implement. This has got a single big hydraulic pump versus dual pumps.
Okay, like one for steering, one for implement.
This uses a diverter. Okay. Send some of your fluid to the steering.
Yeah.
Some to the 3-point hitch. Like when I use the I put the front postal digger on this. Okay.
Oh wow.
Right. So it's 5 gallons per minute.
Okay, I was gonna say 8, but 5. Yeah.
This one's made up by tractors. It's 5 gallons per minute minimum.
All right.
Well, because when you're not steering, you get to use all of it.
Oh yeah.
So all of the So I had no problem. This is every post hole I dug for the cabin, I dug with this tractor because it's easy to see off of.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen his cabin build, go check that out. It's pretty doggone awesome. So this is the standard valve setup here.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is nice being right here, but when we talked about the 2515 earlier, this is like what we consider the premium.
Right. Yeah. Usually when the joysticks are on the fenders, it's
it's an additional cost. It costs more money to make that.
Right.
But the one on the valve up here is a mechanic string. something goes wrong, it's so easy.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
These are a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Now,
I've not had any issues to this point whatsoever.
So, could you run a 5-foot implement on it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, 5-foot implement, 5-foot. So I got the lights on it. I love the lights. This thing turns day into night. Night into day.
Yeah. Rewind that. But the thing about that is, I don't work at night.
I like not to, but sometimes it just happens.
No, see, I'm not building the new cabin, or you know, I'm not farming like that. So you know, we're flower farmers at my place, and listen, once it starts getting dusk, I'm done for you.
If we had not got done earlier, if I couldn't get over the farm earlier today than I did, we would have been over here tonight planting corn with these lights.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to rain in the morning, so we have to plant corn.
Yeah, so I drove up from Florida, and I got here, golly, 2 hours ago, maybe, something like that. We went out and we got some chow. We went back to his place, changed, we got some work boots on, came out here, and we were going to shoot some videos before the sun goes down, because it's a 90% chance of rain tomorrow. So we wanted to get that done.
He's afraid he's going to melt.
But, you know, sugar melts, man.
Tell you, it's going to be all right.
Listen. And, well, what I didn't want, you know, is I didn't want to hear him complaining the whole time I was up here, you know. Oh, got to work in the rain.
Got to work in the rain.
Yeah, but, hey, it's a solid tractor. It's got a pretty wide stance, I'd say.
Low, with a center of gravity is really low.
Yeah.
And then you throw the extra ballast in the tires. It's very stable. Very stable in the heels. I've had. I put a 5-foot rotary cutter on it. I put the mulcher on this.
Okay. Yeah.
I've actually tried the 5-foot mulcher on it, and it absolutely worked it. It's not obviously not going to be as good as the 474. It's got a 48 horsepower engine versus 25.
Yeah.
But it was surprisingly well. And then the 5-foot tiller.
Yeah.
5-foot flail mower.
Have you had so the fuel tank is in the rear?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to lift your fuel to get into that.
That's a drawback. I'm with you. In this frame size, you get very limited where you can put fuel tanks.
Well, yeah. I got to find it somewhere to put it, don't they?
Yeah. So when you condense it down, they kind of got to, you got to move it around. So that's kind of why a lot of tractor brands move up to the back here, and then some tractor brands even move up to the, on top here. And, which I don't like that.
The bucket level indicator's got the crook in it there.
Yeah.
As opposed to the plunger type style. Does have a third function on the front.
Yeah, that's an optional third function. The kit takes about 30 minutes to put on if you get the OEM kit.
Okay.
So the factory kit, you order it from the TYM dealer, you literally can put it on 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure I did a video on that.
I think you did too.
And it took me like 30 minutes to put it on. I didn't even have directions.
Yeah.
And it works.
Well, that's would be me. I put it on and I'd be like, either I'd lose half my hydraulic fluid or something. I'd press a button and my rear tires start falling off or something.
I'll set that down there.
Yeah. It's a good looking little stout looking. It's a stout looking tractor. You know what I mean?
A good friend of mine coined the phrase. It's a pit bull.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's just a little pit bull.
Yeah.
It lifts a lot for its size.
All right.
And I mean, I say it'll lift 1,300 pounds to full height, but I'll lift a 2,000-pound log and set it on my sawmill any day of the week.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I have good ballast. But,
no, that's right. You got to have that. It's got to balance itself out there. But, well, dude, man, listen, I think it's an awesome tractor. And it speaks volumes that's the one you bought with your own money. Like I say, but the thing about our partnerships with TYM is we've been partners with them for years.
They never once told me to say nothing.
Yeah, and we keep renewing our partnerships because we like the tractors, So
they literally sent me the 2515 and said, "Hey, do video reviews on it and tell the truth."
Yeah.
Don't hold back.
Well, the thing that you'll there's 5 or 6 of us TYM influencers, I guess you'd say. They're all good dudes. Every one of them are good dudes, and they're all full of integrity. So you don't.
Yep, I'm not going to sell it.
We don't have to sell it. We'll just show it working, and it'll speak for itself. All right, cool. Well, listen, dude, I appreciate you taking your time out to show us what's up with the T25.
Well, you bought supper, so.
I did buy supper, but you're buying tomorrow night.
That's right.
And we're going somewhere more expensive tomorrow night.
Oh, Lord. You're not going to the Waffle House?
Yeah, we're not going to the Awful House. But hey, I did a review with Tony on the 2515 that's behind us. The T25 is an awesome tractor. If you're looking for a small homestead tractor, you know, 10 acres or less, or somewhere around in there, you know, acreage ain't the final.
No, it's what you're going to do with it.
It's what you're going to do
and
with
what you're going to do with it 5 years from now.
And what you're going to do with it 5 years from now. So anyway, go check it out. Hey, we appreciate you guys watching. Check out Tony's Tractor Adventure on YouTube. He's got some great videos over there. Appreciate you watching. Take care. God bless.
God bless.